subscribe, some love your way, especially if you need it out there today. So on my main YouTube channel, Ash Raid Shadow Legends, I had a video, I don't know, like 3 days ago. There we go. Hundreds of Void Shards hunting this legendary. $400 in a dream. Don't remind me, thumbnail, at how much this dude freaking costs me. It's absolutely ridiculous. He's not worth it because no champion is worth it, but it's all for the entertainment. Is this dude any good? At the end of that video, those of you who watched it, you'll know that I actually went in there and I changed him to one of my favorite champions because I went so all in on this dude and he looks so cool. I think like the aesthetic on this champion is really unique and fun, but is he good? And that is Chalco the Blind. Look at this guy. Chalco, man, I just love this little fella. I want to take him home as a pet, man. I mean, really cool aesthetic on him. Demon Spawn, Void Affinity, legendary attack-based champion. The reviews on him are pretty damn good out the gate here. We'll take a look at his multipliers, everything in today's video. We'll try him out in the arena as well. I'll talk about the challenge that is building this champion. Frankly, he's tough to build. We'll talk about why. But let's first review this dude's kit, this Bugs kit. Blind Hunger is A1 ability, attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit will ignore 10% of the target's defense. Will ignore an additional 5% of each target's defense for each debuff. Also steals 10% of the target's turn meter. Has a 50% chance of repeating the attack against the target if they're under 2 or more debuffs. Occurs once per attack. So 50% chances at repeating the attack on the A1 ability with the ignore defense and stealing turn meter. It's quite an impressive A1. On the A2, Inducer of Panic. This is a 4-turn cooldown when booked. Attacks one enemy 2 times. First hit, block passive skills and decrease defense. Second hit, debuff spread, taking all debuffs from the target and placing them on all enemies. The debuff spread effect will work even if the initial target is killed. Grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy. I've noticed one thing about this ability. This debuff spread will work even if the initial target is killed. I found that it will not, I'm not sure if this is a bug or if this is as intended, but it will not work if the first hit kills them. Make sense? So if you place the boss passive skills and the decreased defense, but you kill them on that first hit, it won't actually apply the debuff spread because the second hit never actually goes in, never lands, right? So worth noting there, an extra turn if you do kill the enemy. What I love about this though, the debuff spreads, it spreads everything. Right? It's not 1 random debuff, 2 random debuffs, 3. It's every debuff on the target will be spread. Very strong with the extra turn. If it kills an enemy, even stronger. On his Unrelenting Violence, this is A3 ability. An AoE attack before attacking plays an increased accuracy on this champion for 2 turns. Very valuable on this champion. Decrease the duration of all enemy buffs by 2 turns, and then places a decreased speed on all enemies for 2 turns. So the good news is this move is very, very strong. Obviously, reducing the duration of enemy buffs, very in vogue in the raid zeitgeist of the meta right now. Look at Marius, right? Very strong, polymorph proof. Downside is it's not polymorph proof because it also has a debuff and decreased speed on the same ability. The other downside of this ability is he's attacking before he's decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs. I feel like I'm down on this champion. He's a great champion. But if he removed his buffs or if he attacked after he removed the buffs, he'd be one of the straight up strongest champions out there in the game, right? Like that's how good he would be. Alas, that is not the case. On his Bottomless Maw, this is where things get really interesting, and this is what makes him, worthy of a Void, a very good Void at that. He's immune to all CC effects except for Sheep, okay? Stun, Freeze, Sleep, Provoke, Fear, True Fear, Petrification. Whenever an enemy attempts to place one of these debuffs on this champion, instantly activates the Inducer of Pain A2 ability and does not put it on cooldown. That's really strong against Armons, you almost forget how many Stun, Freeze, Sleep, Provoke, Fear, True Fear, Petrification, placers there are out there. There's so insanely many who at least have one of these abilities, right? Even Freeze right now with Lady Noelle being super meta. I mean, obviously Odin, Armons, I could go on forever. Gurgo the Augur, Petrification on Arbias, on Mithrala, and that's just like a few champions off the top of my head that are super meta, very powerful right now. So he's going to basically go in there in counterattack with that A2. Increased damage dealt by 5% for each debuff placed by this champion or an ally. The damage increase resets each time a skill is used by this champion, so 50% extra damage before his turn for every debuff, or 5% for every debuff placed, which is really nice as well. He also has accuracy in all battles by 70. Hellhades.com gives him a 4.5 out of 5 overall rating, excuse me. They go on, you can see the area rankings, Spider hard mode, Hydra clan boss, 5 out of 5. Very good for Hydra, especially again, I've used all my Hydra keys, so I can't use him, but I love the AoE, decreased speed, very strong. You don't have to worry about Stone Skin, obviously, in Hydra. The fact this is a 3-turn cooldown, AoE, decreased speed. He can bring this amazing debuff spread. Very strong. Obviously, the block passive skills is not going to spread, not going to land on Hydra heads, but the decreased defense will, and then it will spread it. Albeit, the downside is it's a 4-turn cooldown, so he can't be your only decreased defense champion. At least it's not as dependable, but overall, he can deal some nice damage and be a decreased speed champion for your team. Other areas, Eternal Dragon, Frost Spider, Dark Fae, I would say, all great. His damage is on point, right? A 1.8 multiplier on a potential 2 or 3 or 4 time hitter on his A1. Godlike damage breakdown. He has a 3 on the 2-time hitter on the A2. Again, godlike damage rating. And then he has a 4 on the AoE, which, yes, again, is a godlike damage rating. Sign me up. Why is he difficult to build? Let me just tell you out the gate before I show you the build that we're going to be highlighting in today's video. This is actually the second way I built this champion, and I'm going to talk about why. So, unfortunately, in a lot of situations, you do want to go in with the A2, especially against a Sun Wukong, a squishier nuker on the enemy team, or just anybody you think you can have a good shot at killing, thus getting the extra turn on the second hit, right? Very powerful to place to block active skills and to spread it. However, he's so susceptible to polymorph. You have to be careful, right? So you want him with a lot of accuracy, but he has increased accuracy on the A3, not the A2. You have to use the A3 to get the increased accuracy before you can go in with the A2. So thus, opening up with the A3 ends up being the best route in a lot of situations, especially if you're going against those Stone Skins or going against a team that goes first with a Sephi or something like that. So then you can go in and decrease the duration of all enemy buffs, and you'll have that increased accuracy. Because you want to build this guy fast, you want to build him for damage, and you want to build him with a lot of accuracy. It's nice that he brings the increased accuracy, but you do need to build him with as much as humanly possible as well. So he's pretty tricky. Moreover, you'd really want to build him in Stone Skin because he's fairly squishy. 15k HP, just barely over 1,000 on defense. He has no survivability mechanisms in his kit, no, preempting fatal death or anything like that, so we need to build him in Stone Skin in the arena. Thus, your options are Stone Skin Savage, Stone Skin Lethal, Stone Skin, Perception and Cruel, or Stone Skin in Pinpoint. Now, after playtesting him Stone Skin Savage, Stone Skin Lethal, I wanted him a little bit faster, honestly, right? Tell Ash to hit it. This is his clan. What? Okay. It's a siege. We got a siege action going on right now. I'm up at bat. I'm on deck, and now I'm at bat. I digress. So I had him built for all-out nuking, but I needed him a little bit faster. And I need the Stone Skin still on him, right? So it was kind of challenging to build, and I ended up landing not building him as an all-out nuker. I think the best build for this dude would be either Feral or Stone Skin. I mean, Feral's nice, but you need that 6-piece, right? So I think it's Stone Skin and Pinpoint, or with a Nekrit the Great. That's an easy way around it as well. So I think that Nekrit is a fantastic champion to combo with him. But in today's build, I'm not going to be using Nekrit, right? So either a Nekrit in Savage and Pinpoint, or all-out Feral in maybe a little bit of, Cruel on there or whatever. Maybe a little Perception. But I think the build that a lot of people will go with, if they can pull it off, is Stone Skin and Savage or Stone Skin and Pinpoint. Sorry, I feel like I'm belaboring the point here, but you guys, hopefully you get it now. I love Pinpoint because, yes, the Intercept is going to help him tremendously. Also, the extra accuracy and speed are all going to be very, very necessary on this champion. If you can stick a one piece of Feral on there as the 9th piece, that'd be, or the 10th piece, the 9th piece rather, excuse me, that'd be fantastic, right? I have a Merciless that's still going to help, right? The attack obviously is going to be beneficial. So our total stats here in today's build are going to be super squishy. With 5,400, I have him not empowered, not awakened. Obviously, he's a brand new champion, which I feel like that is the penalty of brand new champions in this game. You get them, great, but you're not going to have any awakenings at all, no blessings for them, and certainly not any empowerment, right? So 100 and 232, pretty low on the crit damage, but it is what it is. I got him over 250 speed. I want him over between 250 and beyond, right? Over 300 would be even better for the end game. Accuracy 395. Again, not that bad considering I can bump that up to, 600 with his buff on the A3. I'd like that to be a little bit higher though. As I said, he's kind of challenging to build. I have accuracy on the banner. I have crit damage on the amulet. I have attack on the ring. I have speed on the boots. I have attack percentage on the chest. I have crit damage on his gauntlets. And again, I'm looking for accuracy whenever I can find it. I have a golden elixir relic on him, mainly because of the accuracy, right? Instantly healed, sure, I'll take it. But mainly I want the accuracy on the relic if you can get it, right? Blessings. I don't have any, like I said, awakening on him at all right now. But I would probably go with maybe Temporal Chains would be a consideration. Soul Reap could be a consideration. And Polymorph, of course, would probably be the best option on this champion. For Masteries, I did build him to be an arena nuker. We need to make up for the fact that we don't have the Savage or the lethal gear on him, right? So we went down, we picked up Helm Smasher, a very typical Mastery loadout for a damage dealer, for a nuker. I picked up a little bit of accuracy wherever I could find it as well. So that's the build, guys. Let's go ahead and show this little bug in action. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see him in action here. This is Doom Tower Hard, stage 49. It's just the stage that I'm on right now. I have Ninja, Mikage. I got He-Man in there as well. I want to go in and I want to test out his A2 first. Now, this is without the increased attack buff, but check this out. We can go in there against like a Rosin, I guess. Place the debuffs and spread all debuffs. I mean, that's really freaking powerful, right? Then He-Man can finish everybody out, or close to maybe, a little bit. But that was his A2, and that was, again, without the increased attack. We'll try that on the next wave. I'm going to save Mikage's ally attack for the next wave for that reason. And we're going to save also his A3 ability. So that was his A1, easily finishing off there. His A1 deals some pretty decent damage. There we go. Let's finish. Let's just A1 cycle our way out of here, right? There we go, Chalco. He has like a really cool animation to his A1 ability. I'll slow it down next time we do it. It's just like, especially when he gets that double or multiple hits on it. All right, now we're gonna go in with the weakened decreased defense. We're gonna go in on the ally attack here. We'll kill Draco the Gaunt. And now let's just go A1. Oh, man, He-Man, dude, his A1 smacks. All right, only 2 mobs left alive, but you can see the decreased speed around 70k. He's not the AoE nuker that a He-Man is. However, He-Man's one of the best AoE nukers in the game, and he's in the Savage gear, so more ignored defense, so it's hard to compare the two. But you're not going to be disappointed at all with his damage. He's just not going to be, like, the most elite with, like, a Siegfried, etc. So, not bad there. Let's go in with the A2 again. Let's try to get the kill. Ooh, so close. Now, had he killed Lord Shazar there, he would have gotten the extra turn, right? Which is really extremely valuable when you can get the extra turn off that A2 and then go into another big boy attack. There we go. See that damage against the second target there on his A1 ability? Really cool stuff. really helps out in, against minions, for bosses or multiple enemies alive. So again, damage-wise, not bad, but not the most elite. Again, we're comparing him to a +4 ninja, a +1 He-Man with the blessings, the whole 9, and not in Ninja's case, but He-Man with the full ignore defense. All right, guys, so here we are in Platinum Arena. I try not to use very many mythicals on these guides, as you guys probably have noticed, but this time I want to go all out with my boy Chalco. So we have an Arbias, we have a Siegfried, we have a Sifi, and we have Chalco on this team. It's not the most powerful team that I can pull off on my account or anything like that, but I do love the synergy here. Moreover, having an increased accuracy buff on Chalco, along with the speed boost, along with the increased attack. We actually have Sifi a lot faster than Arbias, so she's going to be speed boosting 10% into Arbias, who's going to be boosting 30% into Chalco. That's how this team's going to work, and then Siegfried's going to go last. So I'm using him either as a control and a neutralizer for passives and a debuff spreader. With the increased attack accuracy buff, he can go in with the A2 if he want to, or I'm using him to set up Siegfried by removing or decreasing duration of buffs on the enemy team to set up our nuker. So that is the squad that we're going to be going with in today's video. Let's see how we do here. This is a Hegemon, Lazarus, Cometus team. Very interesting here. Let's just go in. I think we can just blast them. We can just blast them right out the gate there. That was easy enough. Okay, sounds good. Next. Didn't even get a chance to go. All right. Here we go. So I do have the speeds. Chalco is about 4 or 5 speed faster than Siegfried, just FYI. All right, going to go in there. So now, in this situation, obviously, we're not going to go in with the A2. We're going to go in with the A3. So we're going to go in there and remove, not only removing the stone skins, but also replacing them with decreased speed. Very, very powerful move. I'm just going to go with the A2 here. At least kill one of them. We'll put Mikage to sleep. See if he's A1. She's going to try to remove some of our buffs. She is going to get sheeped. We're going to go in here and remove their buffs with our bias A2, or try to. We got resist out the gate. That was not good. Stone skin. No stone skin here, but screw it. I'm going to go for it with the... we're going to have the A2 off cooldown anyway. Siegfried, one of the only nukers out there who can break stone skin routinely, easily. All right, let's go in there. The revive happens. It's okay. We're going to switch forms with our bias. We're going to go ahead and protect everybody with some taunt. We're going to just nip away a little bit there. Big nuke comes in. There it is. So we had a stun from Mikage. Unfortunately, we got polymorphed, and that's, again, sort of a downside. This is what I think is going to prevent him from being super ultra meta. He is so susceptible to polymorph, right? I mean, if that had actually finished the ability, we would have, of course, landed the block passive, the decreased defense, and spread it, right? Not to Duchess with the block debuffs, but, you know, we're missing out, obviously, on some of that with the sleep. My bad. Frolny. All right. So we're going to go in with the A2. It always throws me off on taunt. On AoE attacks. I'm like, wait, why is this not working, you know? So obviously nothing that we can do here with the A2 ability, so we'll just A1 and save the A2. And again, we'll try to pop the stone skin. Let's see if we can do it. We don't have increased attack right now, but we do pop it nice and easily there. 1 turn away from Mikage's base form. Let's go in, just put him to sleep. Now we can go in with the A2, block passive skills. I honestly forgot Frolny's passive on his alternate form. It's something. Let's remove some of those buffs. Go in with hopefully the final blow here. There we go. All right, so that was pretty cool. This is where things get a bit more challenging. I'm probably going to lose this one, but let's try it out, right? Where does he shine? Absolutely shine, no questions asked. Well, he shines against basically that type of situation, right? There's so many buffs, and this is what you're going to go into. Pinpoints, stone skins, the whole 9. And we lose this one, right? Like I said, I'm probably going to lose against Odin teams, especially Odin teams with Marius. Marius, he pairs very well with as well. It's a 1-2 punch with the buff reduction. But we go, like, look at this team right here. This is a nasty, nasty team. But if they switch forms with Galathier, we have a shot at obviously going right in with the A2, block passive skills, and spread it, right, because of the stuns. So we're looking for stuns. We're trying to go into stuns, right? He got feared by Taurus. Very good against Taurus. As I said earlier, guys, there's so many situations with this champion where you forget that somebody has fear, or you forget that somebody has a certain buff or debuff, right? Let's go in and, I don't know, this Taurus is going to kill us with constant pressure, so let's just try to pop him off and just live to fight another day because this Taurus is petrified. All right, now we can come in here, and because we have a petrified, we really want the block passive skills on Marichka, but she's under Stone Skin. So instead, we're going to go in, take advantage of Taurus being petrified, and try to reduce some of those durations. Didn't really work out for us, unfortunately. Let's speed boost, get the increased attack. Lose our bias. She has a revive on dash. She got sheeped with the petrification, but that's cool with me. Not much to do here, so we'll just poke away at Star Sage. Let's go in with the A2. And now we are primed for the A2 ability. So let's check this out, guys. We're going to go in. Oh, we got resisted. Oh, my word. Okay, so valuable lesson here, right, guys? I need more. Let's just A1 come back with the A2. If I could block the passive skills, I could neutralize Marichka, right? Let's try to kill Taurus with a sheep. Aw, man. Star Sage obviously can still kill here. I want to go kill that Taurus with Siphi, sure. Let's go against this Taurus over here. Man, it's Taurus on Taurus on Taurus. All right, let's Rage of Nephilim him. And now let's just control Star Sage Galather. We should be good to go here. Let's go A1 to block. The damn resist. Can't resist that sleep, though. We can get polymorph, though. Well, let's decrease speed. Nah, it's not going to land. Let's just A1. Ignore a little bit of defense. Goes in with the A3. Goes in with the A2. We're just getting resisted too much here, as you guys can see. I'd rather go in with the A1 to ignore the defense. Just not getting much off of this dude. Oh, my God. He's going to switch forms, and I'm bumming right now. They still might win this. Okay, end it. I'm actually just going to go with the A1. There it is. All right. So we got the job done, but you can already learn from my mistake here somewhat. We're not going to run high live arena or in platinum with this amount of accuracy. Even with the increased accuracy, 400 or 600 is not going to do it. I'm going to need to go in here and rework Chalco a little bit and get more accuracy and sacrifice even some extra damage, even though he doesn't have a ton on him. Maybe sacrifice a little bit of speed because we really need to land those debuffs, that block passive skills, that debuff spread. The buff removal is a huge part of his kit, even more so than the damage necessarily on a lot of teams. I like him in more of a controlled fashion than a damage. Hopefully you've been impressed by this dude. I feel like I've been kind of knocking him along the way a little bit. Certainly not the case. I think he's a really, really great champion. You just got to be careful of polymorph, and you have to build him correctly for where you are in the arena or where you are in the game. Great for PvE situations because you don't have to worry about a sheep, right, for Hydra and areas like that. So there you go, guys. That is a guide on Chalco, my first impressions. What do you think of this bug? Let me know in the comments below. And by the way, keep the champion guide request coming in the comments below. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.